I wanted to share something that I've recently been thinking about, and it's most coaches think they have a lead problem when it comes to growing their coaching business. But what they really have is something I like to call a hope and pray problem. Let me explain. Most coaches will post a piece of content and hope it performs well. They will send a DM and hope someone replies. They'll jump on a call and hope someone buys. What happens here when you don't have a right system is you hope things will work out. You're not necessarily doing the wrong things, but you don't have a predictable engine in place to ensure that the right things you are doing has you achieving record-breaking months in your business month after month. You stop hoping things will work and you have clarity around what will actually work. So with that in mind, what I wanted to share with you in this video was the client conversion engine we use with our clients, which will help them actually have a system in place. So they're doing the right things, but they know how those right things are all compounding together to get the outcome they want of more clients and more revenue into their coaching business. So I'm going to talk you through exactly what that looks like. So here, what you can see is we have the client conversion engine. And I'm going to be breaking this down from top to bottom and explaining things to you along the way. So this first line that you see here is essentially everything top of funnel. So when I say top of funnel, essentially what we're looking at here is new people coming into your world. So right now, a big part of you growing your coaching business is going to be for you to have more awareness, more people to know about you. So what are we doing to bring people in top of funnel? So there's a few different things that we can look at. So in green, these are two organic things that we can be working on. So one, we have viral organic content, the type of content that you're posting, which can get a lot of engagement and get a lot of new eyes onto you and onto your page. A second way you can grow your top of funnel organically is through trial reels. So trial reels are something where you can test pieces of your content and they will be pushed out to people who aren't in your current audience. So that's essentially what I want you to think about when you think of top of funnel. How can more people see my content who don't know me at this moment in time? And how can we create content that gets them to pay attention and hopefully jump on your page, follow you, and actually become someone in your audience? So there are two things we can be doing organically. Then if we look from an ads perspective, you'll see what we have in blue. So we'll have one profile visit style ads. So obviously these can be run in different ways. We can have reels, we can have carousels, we can have Instagram stories. Essentially what you're doing here is putting some money behind your content, putting this out into a cold audience and creating content where we want them to click on your profile. And then we want to have your profile optimized in a way where they're hitting follow on your page. So that's another avenue we can do. Then we have something which is direct CTA style ads. So this could be for a lead magnet, just for like following along, different things we can do where we're creating a moment where someone wants to comment or drop you a DM, etc., etc. And lastly, we have something called a video view style ad. So our strategy behind this is a bit of a longer video, so 3 to 5 minutes. This is going to be an educational style video, talking to your ideal client and solving a specific problem they have. What we do off the back of this is actually retarget anyone who's watched over 25% of that video. So if you think about a 5-minute video, that's someone who's watched 1 minute and 15 seconds of your video. So it's quite a lot of time. So now we know this person is interested in what you're saying, and now how can we retarget a different ad specifically to them? So this is getting people in top of funnel and having a process set up where we're trying to build that know, like, and trust. And that's what we'll be moving on to now. With the viral content, the trial reels and the profile visit ads here. So essentially this block of 4 here, what we can do is message new followers off the back of it. So we send welcome DMs to new followers coming to the page. That's only going to be part 1 of the process. A lot of coaches stop there. So I want you to listen on, because if you're just sending a new follower DM and that's all you have, this is going to show you what else you need to have in place. And then if we have a CTA style ad, you can move them into like a ManyChat flow. So if they've commented for a lead magnet, you can have a ManyChat automation set up, which triggers automatic reply to them, gives them value. And then I can show you how we can actually turn that into building and nurturing that specific person, not just giving them a lead magnet and forgetting about them. So where we go from here is two specific areas. So we have a conveyor belt system and we have the content flow. So for now, I want to zoom in on the content flow and talk you through that. So depending on how each individual comes in, they might have entered your world in a different way, but what we want them experiencing next is very much the same sort of thing. And where a lot of coaches go wrong, as I mentioned, is they might just have one type of way of getting people in top of funnel. They're getting new followers coming through, they're sending them a DM, and they're just kind of hoping for the best. If you have the right system in place, you'll see how you stop hoping and you actually have something predictable in place, which is going to build that know, like, and trust with your audience. Okay, so picture this. You have a new lead coming into your world. Now it's important for you to think about what are they actually going to see when they come in. So step one that we have in place is actually a full content strategy that we have. We have our clients operating an Empire Cadence, which is a monthly operating rhythm where we have one topic that we speak about across the 4 weeks of the month, but each week does a specific thing. We create awareness, we build demand, then we have a reason for them to raise their hand and ask for something, and then we go into a conversion week in week 4. This will help you sell out your coaching program month after month. So Empire Cadence is our organic content strategy we have in place, but we don't want to stop there. We want to have long form videos we can send them to build and create way more time that people are spending on you and your brand. So one key asset that we use is the video influence blueprint. So essentially this video is crafted in a way which speaks to your ideal client and shows why you're the solution. But the best part of all, they don't really know they're being sold to in the video. It's a breakdown, it's education based, and it's them watching something of how they're going to achieve exactly what they want. So I have a video doing the exact same thing, which helps coaches build a 50K freedom empire. There's a huge amount of value in that video, but more importantly, people get to the end of that video and they understand that I'm the person to help them achieve exactly that. And then thirdly, we have an email nurture campaign. So people coming into your world, let's say through Instagram, they're seeing some of your stuff on Instagram. They're also seeing a long form video of you. Do we have them in a nurture campaign on email as well? So this is something that we put in place with our clients. And how I want you almost seeing this is almost like a content web in a way, where not one thing is better than the other. We want to almost create something where we're moving someone in. So someone's seeing an email from you day one, then they're seeing a long form video for you, then they're going on Instagram, they're seeing some of your content, and back and forth. So it's not just this like one funnel of they come in, they get a DM, they go to a landing page, this and that. That's the old way of doing things. The new way of doing things is a lot of different touch points on different platforms and how we can leverage them all and not take a huge amount of your time, but have a proper system in place that does the heavy lifting for you, which is essentially what we're aiming for. If we then move over, we also have something called a conveyor belt system. So this is going to be specifically with retargeting middle of funnel ads. So the great thing about this is they don't essentially cost a lot of money. So you can run these for, let's say, £3 to £5 per day for some of your posts. And if you're running 2 to 3 of them at all times, this is going to consistently be put in front of your audience once they come into your world, which a lot of people don't do. They're so focused on top of funnel stuff. So going back to the profile visits and top of funnel, getting new followers in, everything else is neglected. With this system in place, you have enough people coming in top of funnel, you have the right process in place in terms of DM or ManyChat or retargeting the 25% of viewers. Then when they come into your world, you have a system set up to get their email into a nurture campaign, for them to see long form videos, for you to have a proper monthly operating rhythm. But also you're ensuring that some of your content that you're putting up, if it's a client case study, if it's social proof, you have some money behind it so your audience will see it. So when I say middle of funnel, I essentially mean people who are already in your audience, people who are engaging with your stuff, people who followed your account, etc., etc. So if we consistently have some of your posts being that your audience are being hit with through the middle of funnel ads, they're also seeing your organic content strategy. They're also getting your emails. They're also seeing some long form videos from you, and you're consistently getting people in. Can you see how this can make a complete difference to your business versus just a new follower coming in? So that's essentially what we're going for. But we don't want to stop there. What we have done here, we've created a lot of awareness. We have nurtured, we've built trust, we've built authority, but that by itself won't make you money. So we need to have a good conversion flow in place. So then we move to a conversion flow like so. And this is us ensuring we have, one, the proper DM structure in place. So if that's you, if that's your setter, what are we doing from a DM perspective in terms of a framework when we're talking to leads? This is where I see so many coaches miss out massively. They either don't put enough time into learning the skills of their DMs, whether that's for themselves, or they just actually don't put enough time in, regardless of skill. They're just lazy with doing it. There's not enough time going into their DMs, and it becomes an afterthought and something that they neglect. Or they have someone in place and they don't train them correctly, they don't manage them correctly, and they're missing out on so much revenue here. So making sure we get things in place with the DMs. Once we have that in a good flow, we'll then have more sales calls coming through. And then obviously it's having the right sales process in place between the control framework that we use, which is essentially moving away from scripts, but thinking about a framework of bringing someone through a specific flow on a call so you can hit at all the right points, and then how you turn that into a specific offer to them. So you're not just copying and pasting the same sales deck and just talking through your training plans, your nutrition plans, and your app. You're actually building a custom roadmap for them on the call and making that really interactive. That's going to be an absolute game changer for you. And then a really, really important final piece on this is going to be your follow-up system. This is where so many people actually have so much untapped revenue, or maybe a gap where revenue is just seeping through and they don't even realize it. And it's not having a good follow-up system in place, not tracking their leads correctly, and not knowing even if they are tracked, what they should be messaging them and following up with them. So what we work on with our clients is having a specific pipeline where they can see, one, any warm leads coming through, the calls that they offered, the calls that they booked, if someone signed up, if they didn't show, if it's a post-call follow-up, knowing what stage they're at, and then having specific follow-ups to hit for each of those individuals, and having it timed correctly if they need to do one in 1 day, in 1 week, maybe even in 2 months, because long-term follow-ups are important as well. So when you have that dialed in, the changes it can make for your business are absolutely incredible. So just to zoom out a bit, this is essentially going to be the flow for you in terms of a client conversion engine. And hopefully you can see now with this in place, how you can be getting an awareness top of funnel, how you can be nurturing people middle of funnel, and how you can have the right conversion pathway to actually sign up clients month after month. I hope you found this video useful. And if you would be interested in finding out a bit more about how we could help you put together your own client conversion engine for your business, just click below and drop me a message on Instagram with the word scale, and I'll reach out to you and see if I can help.